Let us continue the properties of materials. The next property is flotation in water. Suppose if we place some objects in water, some objects floats on water, some objects sinks. Means like iron, if I place a piece of iron, if I place a pen, a metal pen or a plastic pen or a dry leaf or thermocol balls. So these some objects float on water, some objects settle at bottom. So these are called sink in water and these are float in water. See iron. Iron generally metals are highly density is more than water, that is why they sink. Why some objects float on water, why some objects sinks in water? Because they are different densities. Very, very important. Density. Density is the property of material, that is mass per unit volume of a substance. Mass per volume. Here, the density of the iron is greater than the water, the object sinks. If the density of the object less than the water, it floats. So here iron sinks, but the ships usually make with iron, but it won't sink, it float on water. Why? Because we can manipulate the value of density by changing the volume and the area. For example, same piece, a block of wood or a block of iron, if you place in water, it settles at bottom, it sinks, no doubt. The same block of iron, if I change the volume and the area, so I am increasing, I am making that by hammering this piece of iron in a sheet. So by hammering, if you heat it little, if you hammer this piece of iron, block of iron, convert into a metal sheet. If you place this metal sheet in water, is it sink or float? Definitely it floats. The same material, here material I do not change, a block of iron. But what I changed here, the area and volume of the substance I changed. So that now this density of iron is greater than the water, that is why this block of iron sink in water. Here the same piece of iron I changed as a metal sheet. Now this density of metal sheet, density is lesser than the density of water, that is why it floats on water. So that is why some objects sinks, some objects floats. The objects that have greater density sink, the objects that have lesser density floats. And we can manipulate the value of density by changing the volume and area of the substance. So that we can, based on that principle, we make the ships, boats. Now let us go to the next property, transparency. Very, very important. Transparency means the property of object that can pass light through them. So based on the passing of light through them, the materials are classified into 3 types. Those are transparent materials, translucent materials and opaque materials. So what is meant by transparent? The objects that can pass light through them are called transparent materials. What are examples for transparent materials? Like glass, air, water. These are examples for transparent materials. Why? Because even how I am able to see you, suppose in between you and me, who are present, air. If I am seeing there is a book, how can I see? Here, if who are present in back of this wall, can I see? No, because the wall does not allow the light. So if we see, how can we see the objects? If light falls on the objects and reflect to us, it our eyes so that we can see the objects. Here air is there, air is present. So air is allowing the light to reach our eyes. So air is allowing to pass the light. So air is an example of transparent. Window, through window we can see what are the objects present outside. So window is a transparent. Why? Because transparent, it is made of glass. The material used to make the window is glass. So glass is the material, it allows the passing of light through it. So the objects that allows light to pass through them are called transparent objects. The objects that allows light partially to pass through them are called translucent objects. For example, trace papers, oil papers, milky glass, grounded glass, these are all examples for translucent materials. So some type of plastics are also translucent. Translucent means the materials that allows the light partially to pass the light, not completely. Partially means not completely. The objects that allows light completely to pass through them are called transparent. The objects that allows light partially to pass through them are called translucent materials. What are opaque materials? The objects that do not allow light to pass through them are called opaque objects. Here wall is an opaque. Why? Because it does not allow light to pass through it. So wall is an opaque object. So like wood, plastic, some plastics, cotton, cloths, so metals, these are all examples for opaque object. And the next property is conductivity. Conductivity here, conduction of heat and electricity, very very important. So some objects, now we discuss the objects that allows light. Now we are going to discuss the objects that allows heat and current through them. The objects that allows heat and electricity. Based on the property of propagation of heat and electricity, some materials allows heat to pass through them. Some materials do not allow heat. Suppose if you want to make food, for the preparation of food, the utensils are made up of metals. Why? Because we make metals. Metals are good conductors. They can pass heat through them. But their handles are made up of plastics or some ebonite. Why handles are made up of plastic? Why not metal? If handles also made with the metals, if we hold them, we get hurt. The heat passes through the handles. If the handles made with plastic, plastic is an insulator. So the objects that allows heat to pass through them are called conductors. Are good conductors. The objects that do not allow light, that do not allow heat to pass through them are called bad conductors. These are good conductors. The materials that allows heat to pass through them are called good conductors of heat. The objects that do not allow heat to pass through them are called bad conductors of heat. So what are the examples of good conductors? All metals like copper, aluminium, gold, silver, whatnot. All metals can pass heat through them. And what are examples for bad conductors? Like wood, plastic. Plastic do not pass heat. So wood do not pass heat. It itself catches the fire. Plastic also. It shrinks. It does not allow heat. It itself start burning. These are. So these are examples for like rock. These are examples cement. These are examples for bad conductors. Then what are electricity? The objects that allows electricity or current to pass through them are called, same word we use, good conductors, and the materials that do not allow current through them are called insulators. Very, very important, insulators. What are examples for insulators? Especially plastic. Plastic is a good example for insulator. Wood, plastic, these are all insulators. See, if you see wires, like electric wires. So what will be, if you cut a piece of electric wire, if you cut it, you can see the brown color metal piece inside it. So that is nothing but copper wire. But why we insulate with the plastic? It is insulated metal wire. So because if you touch the copper, if you use current is the, so current passes through the wire, copper wire. Copper is a good conductor. To connect the electrical appliances, we use copper wire. If directly we connect with the copper wire, if knowing or unknowing, if we touch them, we get shock. So we may die. To prevent that, the copper wire is insulated copper wire is used to connect the electrical appliances, because so here is covered with the insulator. The insulator do not allow heat or current to pass through them. If we touch, if you hold it, so we don't get any shock. The current do not allow. So this is an example of insulators. What is the best conductor? Silver is the best conductor. So then all material, which is the best conductor? Silver. And next copper. So silver is so expensive. 1 kg of silver is nearly 50,000. But copper is cheaper than the silver. Like 1 kg of copper is nearly 1,000 rupees. So we use widely, we use copper and aluminium to make electrical wires. But the best conductor is silver. Next copper and aluminium. Next property, combustible. Combustible means the substances that can catch fire on burning are called combustible materials. So combustible materials. So what is meant by combustible material? The materials that can catch fire on heating, those are called combustible materials. For example, wood, cotton, etc. These are examples for paper, wood, cotton, so silk, wool. These are examples for combustible materials. The substances that do not catch fire on heating, those are called non-combustible materials. The substances that do not catch fire on heating are called non-combustible materials. So what are examples for non-combustible materials? Like metals. Metals are examples for non-combustible materials. So we make utensils with metals because metals allows heat to pass through them. But they do not catch fire, they do not burn. So that is why we prefer metals to make the utensils. So next, very important, combustible material. All combustible materials do not burn in the same way. For example, if you take paper, wood, and petrol, diesel, and we use cylinders in our homes for cooking. We use red color cylinders. What it contains? It contains a gas. So in these materials, which catches fire easily, just if you lighten, if you introduce the matchstick to the, if you turn the knob of the stove, if you introduce the matchstick, immediately it catches the fire. The gas that immediately catches the fire. Even petrol, diesel. If you go to petrol pumps, where these petrol, diesel are stored? Under the ground. You ask, whenever you go to petrol pumps, you ask, because they stored under the ground. Why they stored under the ground? Because those are highly combustible materials. Those are called inflammable materials. Easily they catches fire. So, excuse me, if they store on the surface of the So due to that, even due to the atmospheric temperature and due to human activities, immediately they catch the fire and the accidents may occur. That is why they stored under the ground. As compared to the table and paper, petrol, diesel, kerosene and these gases which are stored in cylinder, these are easily catches fire. If you want to burn the wood, we must give some flame for some time. We must heat some time. Then only it catches the fire as compared to petrol and diesel. So those materials, the materials that catches fire easily are called inflammable materials. Very, very important. So inflammable. Inflammable materials. Inflammable, is there difference combustible materials and inflammable materials? Yes. Inflammable materials is nothing but combustible materials which can burn are called